No one tells you what really happens after divorce, not to you, but to her. Because behind every strong, independent new chapter post is a psychological unraveling so deep that even she can't see it happening. And I'm not talking about some fairy tale revenge where she realizes what she lost and crawls back begging for forgiveness. No. What happens is colder, subtler, and far more brutal. It's what happens when a woman trades certainty for illusion and slowly watches that illusion rot from the inside. Phase 1. The high of self-liberation. At first she's euphoric. It's not sadness she feels, it's relief. For the first time in years, she tells herself she's free. She redecorates, signs up for that yoga class, maybe takes a solo trip or downloads dating apps. Her friends call her brave. They feed her a steady stream of validation, disguised as empowerment. You look amazing. You're glowing. You deserve better. She believes it because she needs to. Every compliment is dopamine. Every new man who flirts with her becomes evidence that she made the right choice. What she doesn't realize is that she's mistaking attention for affection, novelty for value, and validation for peace. She's not living a new life. She's living a story about a new life, a performance she has to keep acting in, because the second the applause stops, the silence is deafening. Phase 2. The awakening. Then comes the slow, creeping discomfort. Her first real date. The guy is charming, successful, and everything her friends told her to aim for. Dinner goes well. He's attentive, funny, confident. And then, as the night ends, reality cuts through the illusion like ice. He doesn't care about her. Not really. He doesn't know the tiny details that make her her. He doesn't care how she takes her coffee, or that she cries at certain songs, or that she still double checks if the door is locked before bed. He's not connecting. He's consuming. That's the moment when her subconscious starts to whisper something she refuses to hear. I've traded connection for attention. But she can't stop now. To admit that would mean admitting she was wrong. So she doubles down. More dates, more distractions, more posts about new beginnings. Except now, the attention feels hollow. The compliments sound recycled. And no matter how she tries, she can't help comparing these new men to you. The one who knew her. The one who cared. Not because she was new, but because she was his. Phase 3. The panic around the 6 to 8 month mark. The mask starts to crack. The novelty is gone. The empowerment is exhausting. Her friends, the same ones who cheered her on, are quieter now, busy with their own families, their own stability. Her social feed still sparkles, but behind every smile is strain. Every "I'm thriving" caption costs her something to write. She's tired, not just physically, spiritually. Tired of pretending she's happier. Tired of proving something to a world that's already moved on. And somewhere in that quiet exhaustion, she starts rewriting history. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe he wasn't the problem. Maybe I made a mistake. But she can't admit that. Not out loud. So she invents a new story. One where maybe you've changed. Maybe things could be different now. It's the only way she can face herself in the mirror without collapsing. Phase 4. The reckoning. About a year in, the illusion dies. Her dating pool? Brutal. She's discovering that men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, the ones she actually wants, aren't looking for women starting over. They're looking for youth, fertility, and peace. She's competing in a marketplace she doesn't understand anymore. She's playing a game with rules that have changed while she was married. Every match feels emptier, every conversation shallower, every new man a reminder that what she had flawed, familiar, real, was worth more than she ever realized. Then comes the loneliness, the real kind, the kind that sits with her at dinner and whispers during the silence. She has freedom now, but freedom without love isn't liberation, it's isolation. The neural ghost of you. Here's something science won't tell her, but she'll live it. Your presence rewired her brain. After years together, your voice, your routines, your touch became embedded. Neural pathways built around your existence. When she leaves, her mind doesn't delete those connections. It just glitches. She turns to tell you a story, but you're not there. She laughs at something and imagines your response. She hears your name and her heart doesn't race. It drops. This isn't love. It's neurological withdrawal. The social collapse. Her social circle, once her armor, starts to crumble. Her married friends grow distant. She's a reminder that security is fragile. Her single friends become competition, not comfort. The group chats go quiet. Invitations fade. The truth dawns. You weren't just her husband. You were her anchor, her best friend, her buffer from the chaos of the world. And she traded all that for a story about finding herself. Phase 5. The performance breakdown. She keeps performing happiness, but the act is wearing her out. Every day the gap between her Instagram and her actual life widens. Smiles become habits. Laughter becomes noise. And when she's finally alone, it all stops. The mask, the noise, the pretending. And that's when regret shows up. Not as sadness, but as silence. Because she can't go back. She can't undo what's been done. She can't rebuild what she burned. So she convinces herself you wouldn't want her anyway because the alternative, that you would forgive her, is too painful to face. The final realization. Around the 2-year mark, something clicks. Maybe she sees a photo of you smiling again. Maybe the kids mention your new girlfriend. Maybe she just wakes up one morning and realizes she hasn't been happy in a very long time. And in that instant, her heart breaks. Not for losing you, but for realizing you became everything she wanted. After she left, you grew, you healed, you rebuilt. You became the man she imagined she'd find, because losing her forced you to. That's the ultimate cruelty of her decision. You became better because of her absence, and she has to live with that truth forever. The unspoken ending. Here's the psychological bottom line. She didn't leave because you weren't enough. She left because she thought she deserved more. But deserve and get are not the same thing. The world doesn't give us what we think we deserve. It gives us what we build, what we nurture, what we protect. She left a flawed reality for a perfect fantasy, and discovered that fantasy was the biggest lie she ever told herself. Different isn't better. Freedom isn't peace. And sometimes, the hardest truth of all is realizing the best part of your life was the one you convinced yourself you'd outgrown.